MS-13 is the notorious criminal gang associated with Mara Salvatrucha. Members of MS-13 are notorious in the United States for committing a variety of offenses, including murder, rape, terrorization, and injury. Mara Salvatrucha is a transnational criminal organization that is implicated in a multitude of illicit activities, including, but not limited to, drug trafficking, human trafficking, prostitution, homicide, and extortion. Ex-President Donald Trump has even attributed the emergence of the MS-13 gang in the United States to the failure of the country's immigration system.
MS-13 gangs that are coming in. These are animals.
The bloodthirsty cartel known as MS-13.
MS-13.
Originating in the 1980s in the barrios of Los Angeles. The gang was established by immigrants escaping the protracted and brutal civil war in El Salvador. The organization also includes individuals from Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico. MS is an abbreviation for Mara Salvatrucha, which is formed from the words trucha, which roughly translates to street smart, and Mara, or group, Salva, a native of Salvador. The letter M occupies the 13th position in the alphabet. MS-13 is notorious for its extreme violence and machete-wielding murders. Subsequent to establishing itself in regions dominated by Mexican gangs, the organization subsequently proliferated throughout the United States. The FBI reports that this organization has expanded to 46 states. In 2012, the gang was designated a transnational criminal organization by the U.S. Treasury Department. This honor is bestowed upon it by no other gang, but it is compared to international traffickers, including the Zetas in Mexico, the Yakuza in Japan, and the Camorra in Italy. MS-13 is among the street gangs in the United States that are most dreaded. The emergence of this group in Los Angeles has even perplexed the United States government. Additionally, MS-13 is suspected of recruiting disadvantaged and at-risk youth. New members are required to endure an ambushed experience, which consists of a 13-second beating, and are then challenged to perpetrate a crime, which is frequently murder. Leaving the gang does not reduce the peril. They become lifelong members with large pectoral tattoos, and certain factions are said to execute members who attempt to defect. The FBI estimated between 6,000 and 10,000 MS-13 members in the United States in 2008, making them one of the greatest criminal organizations in the country. The FBI reports that the organization is growing in size outside the United States. The establishment of branches in Central American nations occurred after hundreds of the gang. Original members were deported as a result of anti-gang operations in the late 1990s. The estimated number of members of this organization in Central America is 60,000. The gang generates approximately $31.2 million in revenue, according to data obtained by El Faro, newspaper from a large-scale Salvadoran police operation. The narcotic trade and extortion account for the majority of this sum. During the 2019 presidential election, former President Barack Obama was accused of aiding in the dissemination of MS-13 by Donald Trump. Asserting that Obama's open-door immigration policy fostered the expansion of the gang, Trump made this claim. Nonetheless, this clique had already formed and expanded in the United States prior to Obama's inauguration. MS-13 was a significant menace even in the 1990s, and in 1994, the FBI established a special task force to combat the organization.